test episode of the Roll podcast.
The Roll podcast.
The Roll. The Roll. R-O-L-L.
Not
Capital
R-O-L-E.
T, capital R. The Roll.
Capital
As
T?
in, so what is the role?
Mm-hmm.
Life.
Okay.
The ultimate role.
That is the ultimate role. Yeah.
So, what role, R-O-L-E, does jujitsu play in everyday life? That's the idea behind this podcast.
Because there's so many things jiu-jitsu can have a role in your life outside of jiu-jitsu.
Right.
So I like that.
So, let's start with how you started doing jujitsu.
All right. So I wrestled middle school, high school, a little bit of what's it called, like freestyle outside of high school, coached. And even in those tournaments, like at the USA wrestling tournaments, they would have grappling. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like it's just submission wrestling. But I never really paid too much attention to it. And I was like, where do you even train for that?
They would have submission wrestling
Yeah. And
during like a high school wrestling event?
No, it was like USA wrestling. So it was like freestyle and Greco wrestling.
Right.
So it was out of season, usually in the summer type wrestling. All the stuff you see in the Olympics. Now looking back into my memories, it was the Nagas.
Okay.
It was those tournaments with the USA tournaments.
In the same gymnasium?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're over here doing your thing, and you're watching them do their
Right.
thing. Okay.
And, I was like, cool. Where do you train for that? And, I grew up in a Hispanic household, so, like, we didn't know any of that stuff. Whatever we learned about wrestling was through school.
Okay.
And doing our own research. So, I started powerlifting, did all that. Forgot about grappling. Not forgot, but just kind of was
Shelved it.
It's in the back, in the past. And then I had a friend who was like, hey, dude, you got to try jiu-jitsu. They had a jiu-jitsu gym on the third floor of the gym that I was going to. And I'd always see them coming in all sweaty and stuff in their gis. And I'd be like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm powerlifting. Like, I'm good here.
It's really interesting that you mentioned jiu-jitsu on the third floor of a building because some coworkers of mine talk about jiu-jitsu. They were doing Muay Thai and jiu-jitsu was on the third floor of a building, and this was during the lockdown when nobody was supposed to be doing
this
jiu-jitsu.
is way before the lockdown.
Is this in Fresno? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
way before.
before.
Okay.
This
okay.
was 2013.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not interested in jiu-jitsu right now. Like, maybe someday I'll look into it. My brother is super into MMA and all that stuff. I don't really watch sports unless like you're like, hey Sal, you want to come over and we're gonna have the fight? Sure, I'll go watch the fight. Other than that, don't really watch the sports. My brother had started, I think 2018-ish, and I went in there to try it once. I think I learned how just moves from the guard.
Learned how to shrimp.
I don't even think we learned that day. It was just like, all right, here's how you do a full guard. And it was just an hour of that, at least from what I remember.
Yeah.
And then never tried it again, never stepped on a mat, or didn't step on a mat for a long time. And then, I don't know what, because I still loved wrestling, I was like, I want to get into no-gi. Because I started learning more about jiu-jitsu, and I was like, I want to get into no-gi. And so I went to this place called Halo in Fresno. Started there 2019, and I loved it. And I love that they had a morning class. They called it the zombie class.
Okay. Like
We'd start
5 a.m. or something?
6 a.m.
Okay.
And it was great because my work schedule was all over the place. If I got off at 5 o'clock, I'd be able to get to work or get to the mats and still train and go home and go to sleep. It was great. And then I got a different position at work, and the pandemic happened, so couldn't roll anymore. I was like, all right, well, life happens.
How long had you been training when you had to take a hiatus?
Well, probably about 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, probably about 6 months.
So like a stripe or two?
I was already 2 stripes by then. And then in 2021, I learned about Adopt a Cop.
Yep.
And so they were like, hey, if you do this program, as you're a white belt, you get free training at select gyms, so long as you're training and posting pictures every day, or at least once a week. like, all right, cool. I'll try.
Promoting the program.
Right. And so I did that, and then the program was, once you get your blue belt, then you have to pay your own way.
Okay.
But it's to get cops to become blue belts.
Yeah.
Which I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Which a blue belt is better than nothing,
Exactly.
and by the time you reach blue belt, you have no problem paying for training.
Exactly.
You're invested.
Which, I mean, I had no problem with it then, but I was like, well, I'm not going to pass up free training.
Years or
Yeah,
a year or two, yeah.
exactly. So it worked out. I got my blue belt. Kept me, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be one of those blue belts that quits. So I just kept training, and I love it. Now I'm an instructor, and we do jiu-jitsu based training for work for defensive tactics.
You're an instructor at work. So you mentioned adopt a cop.
Yeah.
So you're in law enforcement. How much can you tell us about that?
I work in law enforcement here in the state of California. Been a cop for 8 years.
Okay.
We're coming up on 8 years, and I love every bit of it. And jiu-jitsu has been a key role in it, whether I'd like to admit it or not. So it's the name of the podcast.
Right. So you've been a cop for about 8 years, but you started training jiu-jitsu like what, after about a year or so of being in law enforcement?
About 2 years.
2 years in?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you mention what agency you worked with when you started doing jiu-jitsu?
So I work for the sheriff's office here.
In
Here in Tulare
County?
Yeah. So I worked there for like 5 years, a little over 5 years.
Oh, wow. Most of your time so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only been with where I work now for 2 years.
Okay.
And so it helped a lot back then. Luckily, what I do now isn't as crazy as it was back then.
Hands-on, a little less hands-on.
A lot more hands-on.
Literally
Yeah.
hands off.
Right.
So how'd you get into law enforcement?
It was one of those things where had some issues growing up. Not me. Had some issues happen in the household that had the cops show up, and one of the deputies, because we lived in a county pocket, one of the deputies gave me a sticker, and he was like, "Hey, you did the right thing by calling us. So with this sticker, we're making you a junior deputy, and now you're officially one of us." And I was like, "Oh, I have a sense of meaning now." And since then, I was like, "I'm going to be a cop."
Yeah.
And then the movie SWAT came out.
Yeah.
And I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
I want to be SWAT, LAPD SWAT, and that never worked out. And knowing now, even with the amount of time that I have as a cop now, I probably would still not be on LAPD SWAT because those guys are badass.
So, okay, so in regards to their level of training, you don't
Right.
think you'd be able to make it?
No.
Okay. All right.
No. It's a lot of seniority stuff. Like, it takes like 10, 15 years for you to even get on the SWAT
Oh,
team.
you have to like earn a position tenure-wise.
Yeah.
Let alone skill-wise.
Yep. Yeah, they're the best of the best. I've trained with them, and yeah, they're the best.
Wow.
So once I became a cop, when kids would be like, "Oh, I want a sticker," I'd be like, "Nah, man, I'm going to be stingy with the stickers. I'm going to give them to the kids that deserve it. And, they've been through something bad. I'm going to give those kids stickers."
Because it had such a big impact on
Exactly.
you. Yeah, you didn't want to tarnish it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I had a very similar situation growing up to that like exact
How so?
effect. Just with the deputy giving you a sticker.
Oh,
and,
really?
all of that. It's very, reminiscent of that. So I get where that's coming from.
And it's
for
funny
sure.
because, like, as a cop, you don't think about that stuff. Like, you're like, "Oh, yeah, I'm just going to give you a sticker. It's a feel-good for right now." Now, knowing what I know, that cop cleared that call and worked the rest of his shift.
Yeah.
But the impact that he
Possibly made nothing to him at all.
Exactly.
Right.
But the impact that he made on me is life-changing. 'Cause
Yeah.
who knows what I would have been doing now.
Yeah.
Now I know I grew up in a pretty shitty neighborhood, so I'd probably
You have an idea of what
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
be doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be behind bars or something.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah.
All right. So, where are you training jiu-jitsu now?
I train at a elite team in Visalia.
Okay. And you got your blue belt there, or you were a blue belt when you got there?
No, I got my blue belt there.
Okay.
When I started in 2021, I was still a two-stripe white belt, and I'd taken a year and a half off, so it was like starting back
Kind of
new
rusty.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I knew a couple things, but it took me about a year. Got my blue belt. Then last year, got my purple belt, and that's where I'm at now.
Cool. So when everything opened back up, why didn't you go back to Halo?
Because I was already living here. I was living here in Visalia.
Okay.
In that time, from the time that I stopped going, because I think I stopped going before the pandemic, like right before. I had already bought a house down here, and I was living out here, so it made no sense to go all the way out there and come train. Even though when I was living in Fresno, I was coming down here to train.
Right.
But I love elite team, so that's why I was like, no, I'm coming here.
Yeah. So how often are you teaching classes at your job?
We have a schedule, so it's quarterly. We'll teach twice in a week, so it's every quarter. So I'd say 4, 6, 8 times a year.
That's it?
Yeah.
When you say 8 times a year, is that like a weekend retreat? Counts as one time?
No, we teach an 8-hour block because we have to go based off of the post requirements. So, and you teach different classes. So you'll teach one day one class, and then the next day it's a different class. But you're teaching the same thing.
Okay. So that 8-hour block, is that one 8-hour day
Yeah,
every other month?
every 3 months.
Every 3 months?
Yeah,
That's not enough.
I know.
Okay.
Trust me, I know.
I
Here's how you can put it. How many fights do cops get into versus how many shootings?
Well, I can tell you what Instagram tells me.
Right. But realistically, how many fights do cops get into versus how many shootings do they get into?
I don't know.
You're
the expert.
They're more likely to get into a fight than in a shooting.
Okay. Which sounds good
Yes,
until you see a video of 4 cops trying to handcuff one person.
and that is from a lack of training,
Right.
because you can put a small person and take down a big guy. With how many times have we gotten our asses whooped by little people?
Daily.
Victim weights.
Somebody who knows what they're doing
Exactly.
can be literally, I weigh 250.
Uh-huh.
Somebody literally half my size can tune me up.
At my heaviest, I was 280, and I was mopping the floor. I was the mop. They were 130 pounds,
Yeah.
soaking wet.
Yeah. High school kid.
No, 54-year-old woman.
Terry.
Yeah. I don't think she's 54. I think she's a little younger than that, but yeah.
But yeah, middle-aged lady.
Yeah.
Been trained. She's almost a brown belt, I think.
No, we're at the same level.
Okay.
But realistically, she is way more skilled than I am. We're big dudes.
Yeah. We're not agile.
Well, I'm a little agile.
You're a little more agile than I am. I think some people have a hard time understanding, like, there's what I want to do.
Right.
Like, I'm in a position, there's what I want to do, there's what I know I need to do.
Yeah.
I know how to do it, but I have a fat gut
Yes.
in my way
Right.
of accomplishing that.
Dude, one time I had one guy, he picked up a high single on me, and I was like, I'm gonna do what I used to do in high school, which is you tuck yourself in to basically kick the leg out, and if you're lucky, you can scoop the leg.
Okay.
I tried that and just
Face planted.
no, I went straight on my back and just flopped. I was like, Jesus.
So much for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're here now.
So, okay, so police officers, is there like a percentage? A police officer is X more times likely to get in a physical altercation over a shooting.
That I don't know. I would have to research that.
Okay, but you do know.
Just based off of the 8 years that I've been a cop and seen this stuff.
Yeah,
Shootings don't happen all the time.
right.
Contrary to what you see on the news and what you see on social media, they don't happen all the time.
Yeah, but putting hands on somebody
Happens all
That's
the time.
like
Every shift.
Right, because you're arresting somebody.
Exactly.
And that's all it takes, right? Is like, all it takes is this person's being arrested and they don't want to be arrested, right? And people get arrested all day, every day,
Yeah.
all across the world,
Exactly.
right? And then you see videos of 4 people trying to handcuff one person.
Exactly.
And it's not that the person trying to get handcuffed is a ninja. It's that the person getting handcuffed doesn't want to be handcuffed.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They don't want to be handcuffed, and they don't know how to do it. It's insane.
Yeah.
So then, which as a civilian, it's like it drives me nuts because it's like if, again, as a civilian, I would imagine a large part of your job is making arrests. I wouldn't say that's the only thing you do. I'm not ignorant, but it's a big part of the job is arresting people.
Enforcing laws, yes.
Right. So how can you not handcuff somebody? Because then I would be interested in like, okay, well, how many people are compliant in being handcuffed and what percentage of people are not compliant in being handcuffed?
That also depends on the officer.
Explain.
It depends on how they talk to people.
You're talking about de-escalation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's a trait that needs to be built.
Yes.
Right?
There's all
A
kinds
skill.
of things that, and I'm not saying I'm the best cop. I've made my mistakes. I still make mistakes. I'm human. But I've always been in the sense that I don't care what you did as a crime, I'm still going to treat you as a person. But
And
I also don't like to fight. So I'm going to do everything I can not to fight.
okay, you don't like to fight, and I'm going to treat this alleged criminal as a human being, regardless of what the alleged crime is.
Yeah.
How have you ever been in a situation where you have had to show a lot of restraint while trying to make an arrest because there's what you feel about what they may or may not have done, and there's you knowing I need to handle this situation professionally?
Yeah, you just got to put your feelings aside and just do it. Just
Kind
do your
of
job.
robot mode? No feeling, no emotion, just do the job.
Just, hey, it is what it is. Just like in jiu-jitsu. You might punch me in the face, it might be an accident, but am I going to let that affect me? No. You were trying to do something. It was an accident, you punched me. Let's just move on from it.
Right.
Unless I'm bleeding, then I'm like, all right, hold on. Let's go clean this up.
I like to bleed a little bit.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm a bleeder.
Yeah.
No, like you can flick me in the nose.
Oh,
and I'm just gonna start
okay,
leaking.
okay.
So
Okay, yeah,
I don't like to bleed.
I like it when it gets grimy sometimes because I was teaching a class the other day, and I just said like I've got problems, you know. So like the whole like I had somebody try to submit me by putting their shin across my nose bone, like kind of from like a guard position,
Yeah.
right? But their shin was going across the bridge of my nose, and they were pulling my head into it, and all I could think was like, oh, pull my head harder. Pull my head harder. Because all you're doing, like, I'm going to be patient in this position. I'm going to try to get out of it. But you're igniting 2 more cylinders in me right now.
Oh,
And then I got out of that position. And this was a person who I had 60 to 100 pounds on. They're a purple belt with like maybe a stripe or so. But it's like, let's go.
and so
Let's go.
It was all shin.
It was all shin. Yeah, there was no. Yeah, and you know, like an accidental knee to the chin, like it happens.
Right.
Right. So that guy was very clearly doing it intentionally.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, if this is the game we're playing, if this is the jiu-jitsu flavor that we're going with, it's on.
Then we're gonna
like
do it,
once
yeah.
I get past this shin shield, it's on.
Right.
You started this. And then there's the like accidental knee to the chin, accidental elbow. Those are fine. Those don't affect me. It's just like, oh, and people.
And mid-roll, you're like, hey, you okay?
Yeah, we apologize. It's all good.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't ignite anything because I know it was just like accidental. But when somebody chooses to be grimy, it's like, oh, hell yeah. Because not a lot of people choose to. I never go out of my way. I won't say never, but I like to be reserved most of the time.
Right.
But sometimes it gets a little grimy, and I love it. Because like for me, the closer we can get training in a controlled atmosphere with mutual respect for each other, the closer we can get that to real life scenario,
Yeah.
the better for me, while maintaining the controlled scenario.
Exactly.
Right. like when I moved into my house, I posted on social media. I was like, "Hey, come over. Let's just do some rounds in the backyard in the dirt." Ooh, why not? Like, let's just get down in the dirt.
And I imagine it's clay.
And then everybody can take a shower, right? Like a pool, like the opposite of a pool party. We're gonna get down.
I just imagine you with like a water hose, just spraying everybody.
Before and after.
Let's wash off the mud.
But yeah, so talking about, smaller people tuning us up. Yeah, sometimes it's hard being the big guy in jiu-jitsu.
It is. And then it sucks too, like you just want to roll and then the last person that there is like a 120-pound person.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't want to roll with you. It's like, dude, I'm not going to put all my weight on you. I feel like I always have to explain, like, I'm not going to put my weight on you. I'm not going to use all my strength. Like, I'm going to let you work.
Yeah.
And it still sucks. Like, it sucks. Like, I get it. I'd be intimidated too, but.
I like to let smaller and or lower ranked people set the tone.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's kind of like an unspoken universal agreement that everybody does. I'm just not aware of it. But like if I'm going with like a white belt who's 120 pounds, they just graduated high school and they're like, I'm going
for sure.
I'm going to wrist lock them first.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then but it's like, okay, I don't want to scare this kid off because jiu-jitsu means so much to me.
Yeah.
And so it's like I have rolled with a guy. I have rolled with a trial class guy and he never came back because I popped his rib.
Yeah, well.
Simply laying in side control.
Yeah.
I didn't land on him. It was nothing like
just
that.
an accidental
I
thing.
I chest to chest, popped his rib, and I never saw him
and
again.
that's the thing about like the trial class people. Like, you're either gonna get the guys that are like, oh, I love this. I'm gonna go back. Yeah, I've hurt my rib, but I'm gonna come back. Or they're gonna be like, yeah, this ain't for me.
See, and same age. He was like 40-ish, right? We'll say he was athletic build, right? I don't know what his background was. He said he'd never wrestled or anything like that before. But, slender guy. So there's definitely a size differential, but not a big one.
Right.
But yeah, just going light. Hey, Jared, it's his first day. Go, sure thing. And Tom came over. The dude was like, Tom came over and he's like, what'd you do? And I'm like, just sitting on my knees. I'm like, I don't know. I was just in side control. Like, I don't know. And the guy was like, he didn't do anything. He was just laying there. And so like Tom checked him out and he was like, oh, okay, yeah, he bruised a rib. He's like, you'll be fine in a couple weeks. And it's like, fuck, dude, like, if that guy never trains again, it's like, that's my fault. He probably walked out thinking, you know what? This isn't for me.
Yeah.
Right? And so we have a couple new white belts. They've been there for a few months and they're little guys. It's like, I don't want to scare these little guys out. And then not only do I not want to scare them out, but I want them to be like, oh, like, that guy was really big and I know he was going easy on me, but I can like do some things, right? And it's like, it's kind of like encouraging, like, don't be afraid of the big guy just because he's big.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything.
They could just be big for nothing.
Right. Like, it might just
I'm
be
one of them.
Yeah. Like, I've been training for 4.5 years. I still suck at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, me too.
Like, my stripes fell off months ago. I never put them back on. I'm like, you know what? This is more accurate.
That's why you and I,
My faded ass blue belt with
when
no
we
stripes
roll, we
on.
just look like 2 stacks of bread. There's no movement. It's just you're locked in and I'm locked in. And we're like, all right, well, we're stuck here.
Who's gonna move first? So, can you think of a time where you've like straight up used jiu-jitsu on a person you're trying to arrest or even just detain?
Yeah, I've used it several times.
Several times.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
not really gonna. Ooh.
Damn. My ankle popped yesterday just like when I went to go sit on my knees at open mat to stretch. I went to sit down on my knees and sit on my feet and my ankles just went pop, pop. I'm like, oh,
What?
that feels so good.
I just realized that I was trying to put my ankle over my shin.
Oh, you heel hooked yourself?
Yeah. And I'm still trying to do it. Oh, there we go.
Jeez.
But yeah, I'm not.
Not at liberty to.
Yeah.
Any highlight reel kind of stuff? Any like you Uchimata somebody?
No, it's
No?
all simple stuff.
Okay.
Like I'm talking simple stuff,
Like arm drag to a
like straight, like
shoulder lock.
like not even any of that. Straight, simple, keeping pressure on them to get their arms behind their back, isolating one shoulder to get their arm out. Simple stuff.
And
like
it's
that.
crazy because you're like simple stuff, like just applying pressure to the right place,
Yeah.
and it's like, and still, we can cut to, and I'm gonna learn how to edit this. We can cut to a video of like 4 people
Yeah,
who don't know how to like stop somebody from moving.
right.
It's crazy. It's like that, like the whole blue belt thing with Adopt a Cop. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because even if the dude quits, I'm happy with that. I'm happy knowing there's another blue belt cop.
Yeah.
Like perfect.
And there's a lot of places that are doing that. Not just Adopt a Cop. There's a lot of other places that are like, hey,
Some gyms just do it,
cops
right?
are free to come in, or
Yeah.
we'll give you a discounted price. Just come in and train.
Yeah. I love that. And
you know what was the most humbling thing for me starting in jiu-jitsu? This was at another at Halo. You know, we always bullshit after class, and I was talking to these guys, and they're mopping the floor with me because I'm a white belt and don't know shit. And I'm like, hey, what do you do for a living? And they're like, oh yeah, you know, I fold boxes, or I stack groceries for a living. I'm like,
just everyday people.
yeah, and I'm like, I'm a cop. I'm supposed to be able to arrest people. And these guys stack groceries and they're whooping my ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I got to keep coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest motivator is like, did you, this is something I bring up to people who don't know who Jackie Green is, but do you remember Jackie? She was a high school wrestler. Red hair.
At our gym?
Yeah. She moved out of state.
I don't think so.
Okay. My first day, my trial class day, Tom was like, all right, take a couple weeks. He's like, just come on in, take a couple weeks, see if you like it, see if it's for you. And dude, I'm dying. This is like after my first class, I'm dying. And I'm like, no, I'll be here tomorrow. This is it. This is it.
Yeah.
So go in the next day, right? Rinse, repeat. And I'd been there for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. And he's like, Jared, go with Jackie. Okay. At the time, Jackie was like 17, blue belt. That's all I knew.
Right.
It's like, oh, this girl. Okay. Blue belt. Okay. Been training a couple years. Okay. I'll go easy on her. I've been training for 2 weeks. I'm a 36-year-old, 300-pound man who has no idea what he's doing.
Right. But you think you have a grasp of it.
And I'm like, don't hurt her.
Right.
She kicked my ass. Dude, she submitted me like 4 times in one round. And I had no answers for this little girl. Well, come to find out, she's like a CIF champion high school wrestler.
Oh, so she's a badass.
On top of being a jiu-jitsu jiu-jitsu blue belt, on top of also wanting to be a professional MMA fighter.
Oh,
if I remember correctly.
good for her.
So it's like, again, appearances,
Right.
right? 300-pound guy, 120, 130-pound high school girl, right? Don't hurt her, Jared. I had to like tell myself, like, just, no need to freak out. Just don't smash her too bad. No, there was nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, please don't hurt me.
And that's what I love about the sport, that like you can look whatever you look like. You're still your skill set's what's gonna.
You're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know that when I throw a gi on, I just look like a little ball in a pajama.
Little pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But best believe I'm gonna be rolling.
Yeah. If nothing else.
Yeah.
The big guys roll.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna annoy you because I love annoying people when I roll.
Like frustrating them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just giving them no answers.
I think I'm in my frustration era right now.
Yeah.
I'm in the just don't get submitted.
Yeah.
And that's really all I focus on.
Yeah.
And if I see something, I'll go for it, right? But like, I'm just really focusing on no,
Yeah.
no, No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I wish I would have learned that before I promoted to purple belt. And I talked to a couple black belts at a class that I took, and the guy was like, "Next time you roll, just do nothing."
You talking about like when you first started training?
No. This was I took a class for work, taught by jiu-jitsu black belts.
So this is before you started
No,
training?
this was
jiu-jitsu?
just recently.
Oh, recently.
Yeah, this
All
was
right. So
a few months ago.
you're at training for work.
Right.
You're a purple belt,
Yes.
and you met black belts at this,
At this
work-related training thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're talking, and it's a week-long jiu-jitsu class for work, and the guy's like, "Yeah, next time you roll, just lay there. Just let them use all their energy. Obviously, don't get tapped, don't get smothered, don't.
But exert no effort.
Yeah,
Yeah, just defend.
just wait
Yeah.
and wait for them to wait for an opening, wait for them to do a mistake. And I don't know if you noticed that I went from like kind of spazzy to just stop.
Yeah.
And I just lay there and wait. Yeah, I'm still going to be gassed at the end of the round, but I just wait because I'm waiting to see what you're going to do, because I'm going to give you an answer when I have
Right.
my chance.
Right. So give me like 2 principles from jiu-jitsu that for you directly apply to everyday life.
Wait and breathe.
Wait, W-A-I-T,
Yeah, and breathe.
wait and breathe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Things might be going chaotic, whether it be work, whether it be something personal. Just wait it out, let it breathe. Because if you're going to act on emotions, you're going to act on your first thought, first instinct, it's probably going to be wrong. But if you wait and then you have time to take a small step back and assess the whole situation, you're going to be able to respond accordingly versus just attacking and you're like, oh, now I'm stuck here. And so to me, that one's huge. Just wait.
How about the breathing?
Breathing helps. You ever done the box breathing?
No, but I think you or somebody else has mentioned box breathing to me before.
It's huge with, I did therapy. They talked about it, but I knew about it because the Navy SEALs did it too. So they taught it to us. And there's different ways that they teach it. I like the box breathing where it's inhale for 4 seconds through your nose, hold it for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, and then repeat. And that, if you're feeling anxious or your heart rate's going through the roof, you start doing that for a couple cycles, calm down. Just like the other night, I think I was telling you about this yesterday about the caffeine thing.
Yeah,
That
the panic attack.
too much caffeine was giving me an anxiety attack in the middle of work, and I'm like, oh, this ain't good. So I just started breathing and just did that.
Do you think focusing on breathing like that, because I feel like when you do those breathing exercises, you have to focus on the breathing.
Yeah.
Where like throughout we breathe in our sleep,
Mhm.
right? It's nothing, right? But to focus on a breathing exercise, do you think a big part of that is you're not thinking about anything else?
Yeah.
You're just focused on
On
that
breathing, yeah.
task.
And it's basically a grounding technique too,
Okay.
where it focuses you in, because if you're anxious and you're like thinking of all these what ifs,
The external.
yeah, it brings you back in and you're like, oh shit, okay, I'm here right now. Let's focus on what's in front of me.
Have you competed in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, earlier this year, June, I did my first competition as a purple belt, and I regretted waiting until I was a purple belt to compete.
Why is that?
Just because, it was a smaller tournament. It was the Police and Fire Olympics, but I had nobody. It was just me and my brother that went. My brother's not in law enforcement.
There was nobody in your. What do you mean you had
Nobody that like could tell me like, hey.
Oh,
this is what to
like no
expect.
coach,
Right,
No,
right.
no teammates. No,
Then again, like I didn't really tell a lot of people, so but it was also like just one of those. I'm going to do it just to say that I did the Police and Fire Olympics. I have zero interest in competing.
okay.
Just I tell people all the time I'm a good training dummy, just because I do this for fun. Yeah, it'll help me at work, but it's just fun. It keeps me in shape. But yeah, I just did it. I did okay for my first time, I guess. I didn't believe people when they said your arms are going to be fried.
Framing and grips, right?
Yeah.
Just toast your arms.
Oh my God, I couldn't even pick my arms up after every match. And then they're like, oh, hey, you're up next on this match. And I'm like, I'm still trying to breathe. And they're like, yeah, well, you're up next. I'm like, oh God, I can't breathe.
So do you remember how many matches you had at that tournament?
It was 2-2, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was a gi the first day and no gi the second day.
Okay, so you did like a round robin in both?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it sucks being my height and my weight because I competed at the ultra heavies.
Yep. 223 and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 255 at the meet.
Okay.
A whopping 5'8", going
Yeah.
up against guys that are
6'4",
yeah
300.
No, not even that. There was one dude who was a Samoan dude, and I was like, I'm so glad they divided it by age,
Oh shit.
because this dude was like the 35 plus,
Okay.
and he was probably about 350, and was a tank. Probably played college ball.
Yeah.
Like he was just athletic and big, and I was like, I do not want to roll with that guy. And then he throws on his gi, puts on his belt, and it's purple. I'm like, oh no.
No.
Yeah. I was like, thank God we're separated. But yeah, no, all these dudes were tall and muscular, and I was like, man, I'm just this little bundle of joy.
But you did all right.
Yeah, I did all right. I held myself a little bit, but
Was this tournament like a fundraiser or anything?
no, it's just it's annual Police and Fire Olympics.
Where do they do that at?
This is in San Diego.
So is it in San Diego every year?
I think so.
Is it national or is it like a state thing?
Uh,
Because I think Olympics, I think like it's got to be probably like a pretty big thing, but
I think they do it by state,
okay.
but other people or people from other states come to this one because I think they do it like a few times a year
Oh, okay.
throughout the states.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I think this is the only one in California. I think they have another one in Arizona. I think another one in like Maine. I don't know.
Do you plan on competing again?
I don't know. Like I want to, because I kind of got that itch.
Yeah.
I mean, I competed since I was a kid in various sports, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to compete. Like it,
You're just having fun with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was just one of those just to say I did it, and I'm good not doing it again. Like if our gym held like a
Like a
local
in-house.
tournament, yeah. And
A few of us have been talking about that actually.
if we did it and it was on one of my days off, I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I'll sign up. I'll
Yeah.
do it.
Nice.
Other than that, no. When's the last time you competed? Because I know you've
Are you-
competed a few times.
Yeah. I did two competitions at white belt and 3 competitions at blue. I wanted to compete last week in Stockton,
Okay.
but like 4 weeks prior to that, I popped my MCL, and so I didn't register because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to compete. Looking back, I should have registered because I was told that it would heal on its own and I could keep training if I wanted to.
Okay.
And so that's what I did. I didn't take a single day off, and 4 weeks later, I was like 95%. And so I should have registered.
But isn't there one coming up here pretty soon?
There's one coming up August 2nd, so that'd be like, what, a week or 2 from
A
now?
week. It's
But
August 2nd 's on
it's down in
Saturday.
Long Beach, and I don't know if I can swing that.
Right.
But the next one in Stockton, I think they said there's going to be one in September, and then there's usually one around the holidays-ish.
Yeah.
And then when I got my blue belt, I told myself, okay, I did 2 tournaments at white. I want to do 4 at blue,
Okay.
and I've done 3.
So you gotta get one
So
more.
I'm trying to squeeze one more in.
If they
Yeah.
don't promote you.
If they don't promote me, which maybe I'll just keep giving them reasons not to.
But you're a 4-stripe. blue
3.
belt. 3.
3. I thought I was going to get my 4th stripe back in December-ish when we had like a little stretch of promotions. I thought I was going to get my 4th stripe then, but I didn't. But I don't care.
Yeah, and we talked about this last night.
Yeah.
We don't care about like
Yeah.
belts, promotions.
Yeah.
Like,
I just want to get better.
yeah. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, exactly. And it, like the belt like inadvertently puts pressure on me. And, you know, like I was saying, I feel like a lot of responsibility comes with purple belt.
Yeah.
And on one hand, I'm up for the challenge. And on the other hand, I'm never good enough at anything ever, in my opinion.
Right.
So it's like, don't give me all that responsibility. I can't handle it, which
You can.
I can.
You can.
I might just be scared.
Right. And we've had this discussion several times where it's like, we don't think we're good enough. But when you really look back and sit back and look at what you've done, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe I am pretty okay at what I do.
Yeah.
You're a master mechanic.
Yeah.
How many people do you know that are master mechanics?
Not many. Yeah.
Exactly. You can essentially go and be like, I want you to pay me this. How many people can do that?
Not many. Yeah. In any field, really.
Exactly.
Not a lot of people. Yeah. So not only did I not get my 4th stripe back in December, but also, so like two little tidbits on that point. When I was a white belt, I didn't get any stripes until 2 months before I got my blue belt. So I was a white belt for almost 2 years, no stripes. And I didn't care. Like, and I made a joke. I was like, by the time I get my stripes, I'm just gonna get my blue belt. I was like, that'd be funny,
Right.
if I just never got stripes. Well, then we had a Kleber seminar, Kleber Luciano, and I think that's his last name. But anyways, we had a Kleber seminar, and like right before the seminar, I got all 4 stripes on my belt at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah. So I went into that seminar with 4 stripes on my white belt.
nice.
And then like 6 weeks later, I got my blue belt. And I thought that was hilarious because it was right at the point where I was like, why don't I have any stripes yet? Like I see everybody else getting stripes. Like, and then it was just well, it's probably because I suck. Like maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was, right? And then it was just like, we're going to load Jared up because he's almost at the 2-year mark. And I'm like, oh, 4 stripes in one go. And so with the 4th stripe on my blue belt, having that as like a reference point, it's like, I don't care. It'll happen when it happens. I don't care when it happens. But like I mentioned, my stripes fell off because I wash my belt like once a week.
Right.
So my stripes fell off a few weeks ago. And I just never put them back on. And it's funny because like you look at my blue belt and it's faded and it's got like that top layer of fabric starting to have holes worn in it. That belt is beat.
Dude, I saw one yesterday, a blue belt yesterday that was faded. I was like, how long has this guy been a blue belt? Because it was faded.
Was it faded or was it just a light blue?
No, it was like
belt?
frayed and faded.
Really?
Yeah.
This was last night?
Last night.
At Open Mat?
At Open Mat.
Was it a tall, skinny kid with shaggy hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
He's been training for a while.
yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, what are you doing with your belt?
Pretty
man?
sure that's Patrick.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyways, it's just so my stripes fell off, and I'm like, whatever. And Tom always makes an announcement like when he's striping people up or whatever. He's like, guys, you can do this yourself. Like they'll go up there with no stripes on it, but they're getting their 4th stripe.
Yeah.
Like the situation I'm in, and so like he'll redo the stripes, and he just always like slides that, throws a little shade.
Yeah.
Like, you can put
Show
stripes
your
on your
stripes.
belt.
Yeah, show your stripes.
Yeah, it's just athletic tape. It's not magic.
Right.
It's not. Yeah.
See,
So this morning after class, when I was prepping for this, I'm like, you know what?
I'll put
I'm
the stripes
gonna
back
put
on.
my stripes back on my belt.
You know what I would do just to mess with people? I'd use the full thick tape. You know how the athletic tape, they
Yeah.
usually like strip it?
Yeah.
I would just use the whole thing.
Like, I mean,
It's going to go all the way back.
the black bar's just gone.
There's just a hint, like a pinstripe of black. I think I should do that.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
I mean, they're stripes.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't
Just
matter.
because they're not half inch.
Although there are some schools that they stitch them on.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So like, have you seen? There's a couple companies on social media that make like really nice belts.
Right.
And down at the bottom, they have like this really nice like embossed leather or silicone emblem on it. It's sharp. It looks badass. And I was just thinking like, oh, that'd be cool to get one of those belts strictly for competition and seminars.
Right.
Right? Have a crispy, a nice belt, like formal attire for jiu-jitsu, right? So I like the stitching idea for that.
Right.
But there's something about seeing a beat to belt with tape falling off of it.
Right.
That's
You're
just like the,
I don't want to mess with that guy.
this guy puts work in.
That guy's grimy.
Yeah. It's like, you know.
Like, you don't want to smell it because that guy probably doesn't wash it.
Right. Right. But like a crisp belt, like when I got my blue belt, people made fun of how stiff it was for like months.
My belt still feels stiff like when I first got it on.
You got to wash it.
I do.
Gotta
I wash it
and then
every week.
And then I was told to wash it, and then while it's wet, twist it.
Oh.
And it helps like break the fibers. You twist it and stretch it and snap it and all break it in.
That's way too much
Shout
work.
out Craddock who told me that. But yeah, dude, there's just something aesthetically pleasing to like worn athletic tape. Because like the tape starts to turn like gray, black, right? So it's like
There's all the fabric that.
Yeah. You got a little bit of everybody on there. Chris Howder says that. Chris Howder has a quote. I saw it in a documentary. He's like, I never wash my belt because my belt has a little bit of every single person I've ever rolled with in it.
See, I can.
And I'm like, damn, there's something beautiful about that.
I can see that, but also being somebody that has had.
He's
ringworm,
also kind of crazy.
Yeah. Being somebody that has had ringworm.
Yeah. Have you ever tried carrying wipes in your bag? I feel like that buys me 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I gotta
but
go shower.
like days like yesterday where I went to open mat.
Yeah.
I shower right before I go to open mat.
Oh, that's good.
So a big reason why I don't go to evening classes is because one, I'm usually getting off by the time class starts, so I'm not going to make it to class. But if I can make it, I go shower first because I don't want the day's stench. Because I always feel like I sweat too much during the day. I don't want to come into class barefoot,
Already
smelling
kinda
like
stinking.
freaking boots
Yeah.
or whatever the day.
Whatever happened.
Yeah.
Smelling like something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm going to go shower because I don't want to roll with somebody stinky.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be that guy to somebody else.
Being in law enforcement, I feel like saying, how do you feel jiu-jitsu helps you at work? Like, obviously, it helps you.
Right.
But let's take the like the physicality of jiu-jitsu out of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
How would you say the principles of jiu-jitsu help you at work in like an underlying type of way?
It's kind of plug and play. And by that I mean, in order to excel, you have to learn the principles of of the sport. It's kind of the same at work. And I feel like take my profession out of it, and it goes with anything. You just got to learn the basics of whatever you want to be good at, and just be really good at the basics before you start progressing. So you got to start a foundation to build up.
Okay.
And it always goes with the house example, where you need a strong foundation to build a whole house.
Yep. Or like my rash guards say, great heights required deep foundations.
Oh, do they? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
You used to make rash guards, didn't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah. Do you still
Yeah.
make them?
It's on hold,
Right.
but yes. Big things coming soon. component of the podcast that I want to do is a perk to coming on the podcast is you get a free rash guard.
Yay.
And so it'll be a Gentle Art Submission Company rash guard made for the podcast. So it'll have the podcast logo on it. And yeah, you walk out of here with a free rash guard.
I just realized that I should have worn the shirt that I got from you last year.
Uh-huh.
Because I still wear it.
To this?
Yeah, I still wear it.
That would have been cool. But
And then earlier I was like, well, what am I going to wear? I was like, I'm just going to wear my beer shirt.
So what shirt do you have? Do you have the original mustard yellow posing as gold?
No.
Or do you have the metallic real gold?
Neither.
Oh, you have the
black and
rootin',
white.
tootin', shootin' and scootin'.
Yep. Yeah.
Wild West Coast rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I wear it so often, it's faded.
Nice.
Yeah.
I forgot about those. I forgot about that shirt. I have one too. It's somewhere in my laundry, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I still wear it like often. I would say probably like 2 or 3 times a month. I wear
Really?
it. Yeah.
It's in your weekly rotation.
Yeah.
Nice.
It might be just to the gym or something, but I still wear it.
You ever gotten any comments on it?
No, because I wear some pretty off the wall shirts.
Okay. So that's pretty mellow
Yeah.
compared to what you usually wear.
I have one that says being a is un-American.
Okay, yeah. So mine kind of flies under the radar.
And I was like, I want to wear that shirt. I was like, no, I'm going to be in front of the camera. I probably should wear that one. So let me ask you the same thing. How do you think jiu-jitsu plays a role with work for you?
So one of my biggest personality flaws is patience. And I feel like I have developed a greater ability to be patient from jiu-jitsu. I used to be like the mechanic that would like throw wrenches like at the lid of my tool cart as a back, like I knew it wasn't going to break anything but my own stuff.
Right.
But yeah, minor inconveniences.
Yeah.
Wrenches are getting thrown, F-bombs are getting dropped. Yeah, so jiu-jitsu helping me in my job, the biggest thing has got to be patience. That's got to be the biggest benefit that that has translated from jiu-jitsu to work has got to be patience. And just the whole, like, go with the flow. Like, that is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Just go with the flow.
Yep.
And I'm still working on it. Like, if any coworkers watch this, they're going to be like, really? It's like, guys, if you guys would have known me.
I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Yeah, I'm not. But if you would have been my coworker 15 years ago,
Right.
you would have hated working with me. And you might hate working with me now for different reasons. But no, I guarantee you I was not pleasant to be around in a work environment.
Right.
Due to lack of patience and lack of emotional control. I feel like I've come a long way in the past 4 years with that. Yeah, I think that's the biggest one, is patience.
Now, do you feel like you have the patience when it comes to being on the mats?
I would say I probably have more patience on the mats than I do at work.
Okay.
And I think because if this is where I'm learning patience, it's going to be stronger here.
Okay.
And then I'm trying to take as much of what I learn here out there.
Right.
Right? So, you walk through a door with your arms full, you're going to drop some stuff. But the patience and the being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, those are traits that I needed to work on, but was never made to.
Okay.
Who's gonna sit you down and say you need to learn how to be patient or else? Like, that just doesn't happen.
No, it's kind of force fed to you
Right.
in this sport.
Right. So nobody out there, see, and it's also helping me with being a parent,
Okay.
because
That's a good aspect.
yeah, who's going to sit you down and tell you need to be more patient? Well, your parents are going to do that. But they're not going to do it when you're 28 years old, living on your own, drinking every night, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So I'm trying to do that with my child now. Like, hey, I understand you're frustrated. I get it, okay? But let's take a deep breath. The whole thing in the house is like, what do we do when we get frustrated?
We throw wrenches in the back wall.
Take a deep breath.
Oh,
right?
Right. Take a deep breath. Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. So we don't stomp our feet and raise our voice. No.
Because now you're just wasting energy.
Right. It's an unproductive use of energy, right? Like all of that energy can be conserved by just taking a deep breath, analyzing the problem. How do we fix the problem? Now that we have a solution, we have the energy to execute, right? So, jiu-jitsu, and most martial arts for that matter, force you to be patient. Jiu-jitsu sits you down, it lays you down, and it gets on top of you.
It smothers you.
And it says, relax. And you're in the most dire situation you can imagine.
Yeah.
And jiu-jitsu is just like, relax. What do you do?
Yeah.
What are we doing now? Relax.
You're not breathing right now.
Yeah.
Do you want to breathe?
Yeah.
How are you going to get out of this?
So,
because the more you panic, the tighter it gets.
And that's what that dude was doing last night. The entire time we were rolling, it was all panic.
Yeah.
It was all just, and I was just thinking to myself, like, I remember those days. Like,
at one point, he mounted me and just pinned me.
Just held your arms out like
just
this?
held my arms out.
He's like, yes.
And I was just like, all right, what next? This shoulder's messed up, so there's no fight in that one. But I was like, what are you going to do, buddy? And then he'd like back up, and I would just sweep him.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. Like, granted, he's only 3 days on, but.
And he was fairly smaller than us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, hey, dude, you did really good for 3 days.
Yeah.
But like, just pull it back a little bit.
I told him something similar. It's like, hey man, good job. Because there's the guys that are like clearly trying.
Right.
Which he was.
Yeah.
And like, that's where we dance on the line of like spazzing out.
Yeah.
And I think he was like straddling that line all night.
And I think his spazzing came from not knowing what to do. Like,
panic.
Yeah.
Right.
Versus the other spazzes where they're just like
full throttle, I'm coming at you.
I only have one speed and that's forward.
Yeah. Exactly. His was like a panicking, these big guys are smashing me, what do I do? And I love to take those guys and get them in side control and like knee in the hip, cross face, and just hug them into me.
I got him like that yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was completely unintentional. He like tried to do something where I ended up trapping his shoulder or his arm in his head, and I was trying to cross my knee over his stomach to get a full mount so I can jump over and get the arm triangle. And I didn't even notice that I put enough pressure that he tapped. I was like, hey, dude, you good? Like, you okay? And he's like, yeah, you were choking me. I was like, fuck, I wasn't even trying.
Wow.
My bad, dude.
Damn. Wait until I try to choke you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that guy.
Yeah. It's like, not that I'm the Rain Man of jiu-jitsu, but it's like, I feel like sometimes you can pick up people where it's like, they just started yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's got it.
Yeah, and we talked about this before, or you were talking about it earlier, about like the new guy. You're going to want to be able to help them.
Yeah. I don't want to scare them away. 'Cause that's lingered with me.
Yeah.
With like, with how much of an impact jiu-jitsu has had on my life and directly made me change course to be a better person.
Right.
I don't want to rob that from somebody just because I'm bigger than they, like simply because I'm bigger and they're scared.
Right.
Yeah, I want to show those people, like if a dude your size walked in first day, gloves are off.
Right.
Right. I'm gonna read your body language. If you're cool and you're learning and we're good, okay, cool.
Heel hook.
But
day
if
one.
you
Absolutely.
come in like trial class guy, full throttle, roger that.
Yep.
And I'm gonna match that, and
Yep.
you know, I'm gonna show you that that doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, but these smaller dudes, even the smaller dudes, if they come at me with that, just slow them down.
Mm-hmm.
I have the size to slow them down. I don't need to be aggressive. I just need to slow them down.
The
And
hips
then
are
get to-
and all the weights coming along with it.
And
Yeah.
then get to side control,
Yep.
get to mount, and
Yep.
hold them,
Mhm.
and watch them squirm their lives away. And it's
Pinch
like,
your knees into the ribs, isolate the arms.
yeah.
You know,
just nice and slow. And like I said, dude, there's like a couple high school kids, and it's like I can hug them, hug them into me,
yep.
you know, until they calm down. It's like you realize, like flailing around, that's not the answer, you know. I'm not gonna let you do it,
Right.
and you know. And so, a couple of these smaller guys have learned it's like thrashing around doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a fish out of
And
water.
then when I start to realize, oh, he's framing. Oh, he's hip escaping. Oh, I allow it. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, now we're doing jujitsu. You're
Yep.
not, yeah. You're not
Now
just,
it's on.
Now, yeah. And then once one of these scrawny white belts tries to throw up a solid triangle on me or something, it's like, all right, let's go.
Bad.
Somebody tried. I think that same guy tried to get me in an armbar last night. And
really?
My wrist was at his hips.
Okay.
He was like pulling an armbar. My elbow's on the mat. My wrist is in his hip pocket.
And you're like, okay.
And he's like hipping up and everything. I'm like, okay. He asked me if he's like, are you a firefighter? He came walking.
It's the mustache.
He came walking up. Did he ask you the same thing?
No.
He
I
came
don't have
walking
a- I
up.
don't
He's
have a
like,
beautiful mustache like
he's like,
yours.
are you a firefighter? I'm like, no. Oh, why? Because of the mustache? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, no, dude. And he's laughing. I'm like, are you a firefighter? He's like, no. I'm like, yeah, that's right. We're taking it back. Who says you got to be a firefighter to have a mustache?
Do you think jiu-jitsu has some, how can I put it? Like an ego attitude adjustment?
Yeah, it's built into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
What's crazy is how it doesn't. Some people are immune.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed that there are egos that are immune to being fireman carried and slammed, and they still have that chip on their shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody ragdolls them, and they still think they're the shit.
Yeah.
I want to do a case study on that. I want to know how, because I think it's rare. I think doing jujitsu regularly
Mm-hmm.
and having an ego is rare. And I'm curious, like, how is that? Because I think, like, ego death is just kind of tied into it.
Right.
You're constantly being
Humiliated.
shown. Yeah, it is constantly being proven to you that you are not
As
as,
good as you think you are.
badass as
Yep.
you think you are.
How
At
many times-
at it, like, period.
How many
Not
times that we're done with class, do you get out of class and you're just like, man, I suck?
almost every day.
Yeah.
Almost every day.
Yeah.
But it also, I feel like that trickles over into everything else.
Right.
Like, if nobody's ever told you you're not a badass, and if you've never been slapped in the mouth, you're gonna go through your adult life thinking you are the
Right.
and that you're gonna carry that with you in your job, in your marriage, everywhere. I'm the man.
Right.
And once it is proven to you in, like, let's say you're a really good cook, like you're a chef,
Okay.
okay, and you start doing jujitsu, and you realize, I thought I was pretty fit, pretty strong. That don't mean shit. I feel like that carries over into your job, into your marriage, into like you go into work and it's like, if there's somebody, if I'm athletically fit and strong and somebody can choke me out half my size,
Right.
maybe there's a better cook out there than I am.
Oh yeah.
Maybe maybe I could be a better dad, a better husband.
Because there's always room for improvement for everything.
Right,
Even if you are good,
right. You're
There's-
not perfect.
you're not perfect.
Right,
Oh, cool, you got an arm bar. But why'd you struggle to do it?
right. What did you do wrong? What did they do right?
Exactly.
Right,
How come you're not ripping arm bars on everybody if you're the best?
right. So yeah,
Terry rips arm bars on everyone.
she does.
She's the
Dude,
best. Yeah.
I
a bad-
want. I've rolled with her once because I usually only see her Saturdays.
Yeah.
So I've rolled with her once, maybe twice, but I've watched her a dozen times,
Right.
and she is vicious.
Yeah.
I love to see it.
Yeah.
But it's like you see her get paired up with like a white belt, been training 6 months. He's 22 years old, 6 feet tall, and it's like, oh, here we go.
Everybody
Hey,
stop,
yeah,
stop.
yeah. Hey,
Watch this, watch this.
watch Terry f- guy up like that, and that's what it is.
Well,
like
he's not coming back.
you know, right? Like, and then that's the ego
Yep.
test. Can you handle that?
Yeah.
Could I? Is that why Tom partnered me up with Jackie
Yeah.
when I was 2 weeks? I didn't even have a gi yet. I don't think I was still gym shorts and a t-shirt. Like was it like, let's see how he responds to a girl tuning him
child.
up. Yeah, a high school girl tapping me out 4 times in 6 minutes. I came back the next day.
Yeah.
It's like, this is it. This is like, I need this.
Yep.
Because if she can do it, that dude out there can do it. If I get into a fist fight with a guy the same size as me, and we don't know what we're doing, and it goes down to the ground, the biggest person wins.
Right.
Whoever's bigger, it's probably gonna win.
Right.
Right.
Unless you know what you're doing.
And I run my mouth. I don't know if you knew this or not, but I talk a lot of.
That's why we get along. And I'm pretty sure I've told you this. I'm waiting for the day somebody punches me in the mouth because I deserved it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight them back. I'm just going to be like,
All right.
you got me.
That was the line
Yeah.
right there. Okay.
All right.
And so it's like, okay, I don't know jujitsu, but apparently if you do know jujitsu, it doesn't matter how big the other person is,
Right.
because that was me and Jackie.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't get more different than that. And so I'm like, all right, this is legit. This is legit. Do you have any cringy white belt stories? Can you look back to when you were a
yes.
white belt and be like, oh, I can't believe, because I have one. I think about it all the time.
You know how I always wear a mouth guard?
Yes.
So the reason is this guy, Mark, I think they go to a different gym now. I'm a white belt, 2 stripes, and I jokingly say, Spazzy white belt, and I go in for a single leg takedown. And
You said it
I
out
said it
loud.
out loud,
Okay.
jokingly, slap, tap, bump, and go. My lip meets his kneecap because I'm going for that single, and he's trying to block it, and I pierce my own my own lip with my tooth. Thanksgiving Day, and I'm hosting at my house.
Oh
my
my-
first year at my house. And so my tooth was sticking out, and that day I was like, I'm gonna lose a tooth. And at the time I was chewing Copenhagen, so I was like, I definitely lost a tooth. And so I checked it out, we cleaned it up, sanitized it, and I was like, I should probably go to the hospital or urgent care at the minimum. No, I just went home.
Just went home,
super-
showered.
super glued it, put a Band-Aid on it, or yeah, I put super glue on it, and just put a Band-Aid on it, and just it healed up. Now I have a mustache, so I can hide the little scar. It's a tiny scar, but I was like, what an idiot. That's why I always wear a mouth guard, because I don't want that to happen again.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure. So that again, basketball shorts and t-shirt day. So it had to be my first 2 weeks. Okay?
Right.
Gracie and Felix. I'm taking a rest round because I'm severely overweight.
Okay.
Okay. Just get my. So I'm taking a rest round, and Gracie and Felix are like on the mat right in front of me. I don't know who they are, but now I do.
Mm-hmm.
And they're rolling and everything. And after the match, they're sitting there fixing their belts and everything. And I'm like, hey, I didn't realize using the collars was so common, because like they're like doing lapel stuff and like this and that. And I'm like, I didn't realize you utilized the gi as a weapon in jiu-jitsu. Okay, to make this make sense, the only jiu-jitsu I knew when I started training jiu-jitsu was MMA.
Okay. So rear naked chokes, body triangles, arm bars,
Yeah,
leg
like
locks.
no gi jiu-jitsu stuff,
Right.
right? I didn't know anything about grips. I didn't know anything about lapel. I don't think I had ever seen any gi jiu-jitsu prior to training.
Right.
But I have a martial arts background, and I have an MMA background, and so like I'm aware of jiu-jitsu, okay, but I don't know jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? So yeah, like to watch two black belts just use every
I don't
piece of their gi for everything.
Right.
Right? Pant leg grip, lapel choke, like all of this stuff. They're going crazy with the gi.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things like I wish I could go back and never say it.
Right. Because they probably look at you like,
no, because Felix and Gracie are cool people.
right.
Right.
He's probably still talking.
Yeah, they probably remember it too, and they make fun of me all the time for it.
Right.
That's how I think. They talk about it at bonfires and everything. Remember 5 years ago? But no, he just looked at me and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's a tool." You know?
Right.
Just very matter of factly. I'm like, "Oh, that," and then I'm almost positive it was with Tyler, but I'm stuck in a position at like, you know, like when white belts ask for advice. Have you ever had that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did that, but not directly. Like we're in a position, and I said something like, "I have an idea, but I don't know if it'll work," and he was just like, "Try it," and it didn't work. Like I couldn't tell you what it is now.
Right.
But he was like, "Well, try it." I'm like, "You're right. I'm just gonna try it," and it was like immediately into a choke or something, and it's just like, okay, well, but it's like, and that was the end of the conversation, but that
resonated with
is
you.
that's learning.
I brought my gi just in case we were going to roll.
Nice. I did not.
That's fine.
I rolled.
I didn't
over
know
it.
what to expect.
That's all right. But judo. Shout out David, Elite Team Woodlake, letting us film here.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. Thanks for doing this with me.
Yeah, dude.
Help me iron out the kinks and see what kind of editing I can do to make this look good.
It just feels weird because it's us having just a regular conversation, but
Yeah,
it's
that's kind of the idea. Thanks for combing your hair. I did not,
anything
but
for you.
looks good.
Thank you.
But yeah, man. Thanks again, and we'll do it again after the kinks are worked out, and we'll have more stuff to talk about by then.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have my purple belt by then.
I
Maybe,
believe in you.
maybe not. I might just switch gyms and go back to being a white belt. If I'm just being honest.
Shut up.
If I'm just being honest, I might just buy a whole new gi with a new white belt, and go train somewhere else.
Please don't do that. Wait till you're a black belt and then do that.
Okay, so you've seen the videos of like black belt goes into a gym and pretends to be a white belt.
Yep.
You've seen those
Oh, yeah.
videos. Have you seen a video of a white belt goes into a gym and pretends to be a black belt?
No.
Oh my God. It is hilarious. Look it up. YouTube exists. You got it. I'll learn how to put a link. Anyways,
Dude, I got to check that out.
you got to check it out.
I feel like we got to like slap and bump
Yeah.
to end it.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Love it.